Good morning, everyone. This is Nosheen Mukhtar, and you're watching me live today. It's a beautiful morning, and the winter has nicely set in, and I believe you are enjoying your first cup of coffee at this time. A lovely Saturday for you. Do share with me in comments where you are joining us from, and we will ask you more questions during the session itself, but definitely not like before. We want you today to contribute as much as you can in the conversation. Feel free to ask us any questions, any hiccups that you are facing, because it's a Saturday. So this is your chance to talk various things with us today. And I have invited my wonderful friend Mrs. Neetu Choudhary with us today. She is a wonderful solutionist, life coach by passion. Her niche is coaching in neuroscience, neuroplasticity, and growth mindset. She's an NLP practitioner and is certified in emotional intelligence, hypnotherapy, and neurosemantics. She helps people who are stuck in their life. That's where I will stop. She helps people who are stuck in their life. So today, this is what we are going to talk about. Hello, Neetu. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me. I really love this. Thanks a lot.
You're very welcome, and it's my pleasure to have you with me today in this live broadcast on this show. And I'm sure that today people will enjoy, they will learn a lot of things from you, and they will understand how to improve their life.
That's
Before we
wonderful.
start the show, I want all of you to drop in the comments where you're joining me from, how you are today, what are your Saturday plans. My Saturday plan after this one is streamlining a lot of work. You know why, Nitu? Because Lifestyle Fiesta is very
Yeah.
close by. We are having it on Thursday. And if you guys do not know, Nitu is nominated for a Life Coach Award in Lifestyle Fiesta. We will come back to this. Yes, for sure. Lots of claps. We will come back to this. This is a great achievement, and we will share more facts related to this with you very soon. So, here we are with Muhammad Yunus from India, Hyderabad, and we are waiting for you guys to tell us where you are joining us from. So, Nitu, how are you and how is life?
Life is wonderful, and every day there is so much to learn and so much to explore that it keeps getting better. And the more we learn about the life, we feel so little we know. So that's the beauty of it.
True, very true. I agree with that. So, Nitu, tell me a little bit more about yourself. I have introduced you as a life coach, person who helps people. So, you are a people's person. But
Yes.
how did you start? Why you think of becoming a life coach?
That's beautiful question. I love this because 20 years back when I started my professional journey, I started as a lecturer in engineering college and then I moved to the corporate world in different roles. And I realized that the human connection is so strong. We are like the redwood trees, if you would have heard about it. Redwood trees in California are the tallest trees in the world, 3,000 feet tall. They are the oldest trees, like 2,000-year old, 2 or 3,000-year old trees are there. But remarkable thing is that their roots are hardly 2 to 3 meters. And why they are so strong? Because they are intertwined with each other, their roots. And the same applies to our life. When I understood the secret of life, I realized by our simple words how we can influence people's mind and influence their life. In turn, we can influence everybody who is related to that person. So that understanding, that insight was so profound that I started this journey of coaching and mentoring. And as you mentioned, that my coaching is mostly revolves around the growth mindset, neuroscience, and neuroplasticity, NLP, and emotional intelligence. The reason is that when I'm speaking with you, everybody who's listening, their brain is creating new neural pathway which will help them
Yeah,
in future. So this is the beauty of it, and that was the biggest motivation, the understanding that how we are connected with each other.
we are definitely connected. I agree with you on this point 100%. And for sure, in multiple ways, we impact each other's lives. Even when we are just sitting together and having random conversations, there is an effect of what we are talking about. That
Yes.
is why it's very important for us to stay on the positive side. Someone has congratulated you. That is Ankita
Oh, okay.
Singh.
Thank you.
Congratulations for being nominated, Nitu.
That's
And we
wonderful.
have a number of people with us. It's Kun Poch, who is saying, "Hi, how are you?" You can reply to him.
Great. We are doing wonderful and we are so happy to see you today. Even though it's virtually.
Yes, and this is Naveed Mubarak saying hello from Qatar. Thank you for joining us, Naveed. It's Amika from Dubai, and it's Irshad Anjum from Pakistan. We already have a question early in the morning: how to deal with a bad boss.
the it is always a journey inside out. How do you define a bad boss? First we have to see, is it that person is really bad, or is it the glasses which we have put are the black color glasses, that's why we are saying that person is black or green or red or whatever it is. So first
Oh
we have to
yes.
question our own thing. Sometimes it's about the perception. I'll tell a small incident. Once I went to dentist, and the dentist was continuously looking at the clock. The first thing came in my mind was that he just wants to make money and see more patients, that's why he's looking at the clock. After two visits I realized he was looking at the clock because he cannot keep patients mouth open for more than 20 minutes, otherwise the jaws will get logged. So that's why he was looking constantly so that he can finish the surgery, whatever it is, fast. So it is all about the
Okay.
perception. So we have to see, is it the boss really bad, or it is our perception? That's the first thing. And the second thing is that we cannot change anybody in the world. We cannot change the bad boss. We cannot change bad wife, bad husband, bad children, bad neighbor, nothing. We can change only ourselves. So we have to see two things. The first thing, can I change the situation? If I can, what can I do? If I can't do it, how can I make peace with that situation? So this is the solution for dealing with so-called bad boss. But again, we have to define what is a bad.
Yes, I was thinking on the same line that a bad boss might not be bad for everybody, right?
Yeah. It's about
So,
sometimes we interpret with our glasses. What glasses I put, I interpret that way, but that is not the objective reality sometimes.
hmm, yes, even Amika agrees with us. That's very true. So, it might not be the person who's very bad. It could be maybe the situation, maybe the pressure, maybe it's you who are not able to deal with it,
Yes.
or maybe you need to bring some changes in yourself as well. There can be many reasons. Okay, we have one more question. How to deal the culture within organization when you newly joined the company? Sometimes your line manager feel insecurities from you. How to tackle that?
That's a wonderful question. Whenever we go to any new place, any whether it's an organization, it's a family, it's a country, we need to give ourselves time to sink into that culture. So sometimes we feel that why other person is responding, but that's what the culture is all about. I'll tell you, when I joined one organization, the culture was that you send the email and wait, and then the reply will come. The other organization, when I joined, if you send email, nothing will move. You have to call that person or go to the meet that person and get things done. So we have to sink into that culture. There is nothing right or wrong. Again, I'll go back to the same thing, that we have to see things objectively. Secondly, the
Okay.
insecurities. Insecurities can be resolved by talking and making the other person comfortable. There is a beautiful neuroscience research is there which says that whenever we meet anybody, we see for two things. The first thing is the trust, and the second thing is the intelligence. Intelligence comes later, and the first thing that comes is the trust. The reason is that, and this is how our brain is evolved from the cave age till now. If I can trust you, then I can go for hunting and gathering with you. But if I don't trust you and you are hiding some knife behind you, then no matter how good hunter you are, I cannot go with you because you may kill me and eat me. So our brain is
Hmm.
evolved that we look for the trust first. And where there is a lack of trust, there is an insecurity. So the first thing which
Yes.
we have to build with when we meet anybody, build the trust rapport, build the trust relationship. If they trust you, they'll do anything for you. So if you're feeling that the boss feels insecure, try to see that how you can build the trust with them. The trust is the
Yes.
foundation of all relationship, and this is how the neuroscience has proved that our brain is evolved for it. And that is the main reason that I love to study about the neuroscience, neuroplasticity, and use that knowledge in our real life, because that changes our whole perception towards life and how we think and how we do things.
Yes, agree with you 100%. We need to build a positive relationship, try to help the other person overcome insecurities and not feel threatened by us, so that they don't feel that you are a threat or we are a threat. They feel that
Yes,
they are comfortable with us. So
yes.
creating a positive, good, thriving relationship is a good solution. All right. So coming to where we started, Nitu, you said that you help people understand imposter syndrome as well. You help them improve their life, right? So, what is imposter syndrome?
Yeah, that's very common as we progress in our career. Many people face it, even I face it many times. Imposter syndrome is a feeling that the person is not worth of the accomplishment they have achieved. They feel that everybody is same like me, so I got this award, but I don't deserve it, or I got nominated for something, I don't deserve it. Maybe
Right.
I was lucky, or I by chance I got it. So this feeling, again, there is a misconception. These are just feelings. This is not a disorder or depression or some kind of anxiety or stress. It is not. It is just a feeling, and which comes more frequently as we grow in our career.
Hmm. Right. So, what is your point of view about this? How we can cope with this? Because I believe that a lot of people have this kind of feeling.
Yes. And when people have such feeling, they don't share their ideas because they feel that my idea is not worth posting or worth sharing. I get so many requests like from different channels regarding the coaching that I feel that I don't feel like presenting because I feel that I'm not good enough, or maybe the others are equally good, so I'm not special anything. And they don't speak in front of people, and this is all happens. They lose their confidence, they lose their self esteem eventually if they don't address it. They stop taking risk in life, and if they don't take risk, they cannot do new things. They'll be doing the routine things always. They have the fear of failure. They feel that if I do this, especially at the leadership role, they have the feeling that if I do anything, it goes wrong, then people will think I don't deserve to be the CEO or the CEO or the leader or the manager of the team. So they have these feelings. And how to overcome this? Not only for imposter syndrome, but for any feeling, whether it's anxiety, stress, it's feeling depression or anything. The first and the most important thing, again, I emphasize on this, the first and the most important thing is name it. Name the feeling.
Right.
If I'm
Right.
stressed right now, I'll say I'm stressed right now, I'm feeling stressed. If you're
Okay.
feeling imposter syndrome, name it. I'm feeling imposter right now. Because the moment we name it, our brain, this is how the brain works, our brain
Okay.
will say, okay, this is not an unknown feeling, at least I know
Right.
this feeling. So the insecurity part is gone because it is not unknown, I know this feeling. And now the next question is how to deal with that. So the next part comes journaling. When you journal your achievements, whether it's on the LinkedIn, whether it's in some file, when you go back and see, you'll say, wow, it's not suddenly something has happened. I have come a really long way. For last 20 years, I'm doing this, these things. So I have come this thing. The
Right.
compliments which we give, we can write it and we can go through that. And we can say, I feel I'm imposter, but others are saying I'm good. So maybe that makes sense to me. And the other most important thing is that seek the help from mentor, life coaches, because they are the one who will have open conversation with you and make you feel,
Right.
show, help you to see the objective reality. So,
Okay.
and don't be afraid of imposter syndrome. We all go through that. The more we talk about it, we can bring awareness about it. So that's the only way to
Right.
solve it.
You said the more we talk about it. Do you think, Nitu, that other people's views of us and other people's perceptions of us and their responses to the way we are living, the way we are working, the way we are behaving, the way we are talking also contributes towards building imposter syndrome? If yes, then how can we cope with this kind of a social pressure?
That's a wonderful question. Today, we live in a world where we are flooded with so many information from all sides, which our brain is not ready to take that information. And again, I'll go because I love how the brain has evolved. So I'll go back to that one. There was a beautiful study. 1,000 photographs were shown on a screen, and out of 1,000, only one frowning, that like this, the angry face was there, and others were all happy. And the volunteers had to come in the room and see that which is the frowning face. And like, do you see the frowning face? And everybody is immediately spotted it. Why it happened? Because our brain is evolved to look at threats. There is a problem, there is a threat. Is there anybody who hates me, who's going to kill me? Of course, the cave time I'm talking about, not now. Killing is not legal anymore. But yeah, so our brain is evolved to look at the threats. Now the same thing happened today also. If I get any negative feedback from somebody, if I get any bad comment from somebody that this is why you are doing this is a mistake you have done, my brain will ruminate on it more than the good things I have done. Because my brain evolves like that. It always keeps on looking for threat, for looking, here is the threat, there is a threat, so that I can survive for longer time. That is a reason. And it is very obvious that other people views where they impact us more than their compliments. Now how to overcome that? You have to set a filter in your mind and see which feedback is making me do better than where I am today, and which feedback is taking me back. If your feedback is taking me forward, I will take it. If your feedback is taking me back, I will ignore it. So we have to put filter. Not every feedback we have to ignore. I'm not able to hear you, Nosheen. I think you're mute.
Yes, Nitu. So you have made a very important point. When a feedback is positive, I will take it. When a feedback is negative, I will ignore it. Now, here, when we say I will ignore it, this is a signal that you are sending to your brain and you are trying to program your behavior next, right? And your thoughts. But there is an emotion associated with this. When people tell you something very strong in the form of a negative feedback, you get certain kinds of emotions. So how do you channelize your emotions so that you're, when you're telling your brain that you're going to ignore it and you're not going to take it seriously, how can you balance what the signals that you're sending to your brain and the things that are happening in your heart through emotions?
That's again incredible question. See, the first thing we have to tell aloud to ourselves is that others' opinion and their perception is not my reality. It's they are seeing from the blue glasses, so they are seeing my skin color is blue. Somebody seeing with the green, they'll see my skin color is green. I cannot go and change their glasses. So we have to say it aloud. The moment we say it aloud, our brain will say, okay, so I don't have to think about it. Your second question was that how to deal with such things. Again, I'll say that the life, many people will meet those who will be talking from their perception. We have to analyze those statements and see what is good in it for me. Is there anything good in this for me? If anything good, I will take it and move forward, even if it is a bad comment for me. Like suppose somebody, I get a lot of feedback sometimes that you did not pronounce this word correctly, that word correctly, you repeated a lot of words. So I take it positively, and I try to use different words or try to correct my pronunciation. So you have to just go out in arena and learn things. Because if life is too finite, I'll not say it's short, I'll say it's finite. If we keep thinking about other perception, we are losing our precious time. I have a diamond in my hand, I cannot just give to anybody. My life is like that.
Yes, very true. I have a diamond in my hand and I cannot give it away so
Yeah,
easily.
even
I
if you
have
say
to
it's a
cherish.
sand, but still I'll keep it, it's my diamond.
Yes, true, true. I really like that. Okay, when you were talking about building self-esteem and developing self-confidence, I understood the fact that it's very important for all of us to work on it. Like especially when it comes to the fact that we need to build self-confidence, we are taught this, like we are drilled this into our system ever since our childhood. Even the teachers are telling us, okay, don't be afraid of doing this. You really need to have the confidence to do it. So, what are some best practices to build confidence so that we are boosting self esteem? We need your guidance in that.
That's again a remarkable question. I love this one because I get this question lot of many times for coaching sessions. First, I would like to go back and change the English dictionary. In English dictionary, success and failure are antonyms. In real life, it doesn't work that way. Success and failure are not antonyms. Actually, failure are the first few steps of the success. And once we understand these things, then when we fail, we don't lose confidence because we say, when I'm failing because I'm trying. If I don't try anything new, I will never fail. So failing, the moment you fail, you say, wow, I did something good today, that's why I failed. I'll do again. Keep trying, but don't repeat the same mistakes. If you're repeating the same mistake, then there is something problem. Keep trying new mistakes. That's the first thing I would say. The second thing, when we put a seed in the soil, it takes its own time to grow and the fruits to come. We all look for, especially in the social media thing, we all look for the instant gratification. Today I did something, tomorrow I want appreciation or the result of my effort. But life doesn't work that way. Nature takes its own time to make the seed grow into the tree and then have fruits in it. So when you work on something, failure will come. Don't lose your confidence for that, but persistence, perseverance, and grit, constantly doing things, even if you fail, you are continuously improving. That leads to success. So, this is what leads to the confidence. And the most important thing is self compassion and self appreciation. When you start any journey, like I think Noshin knows about it, when you start any business or anything, people don't appreciate, they don't believe in your ideas, they don't appreciate it. You have to believe in yourself and keep going because something is calling you from inside to do that thing. And the
Yes.
last thing I would say is the growth mindset. Focus on the process, not on the outcome. Because there are a lot of studies available which says always focus on your process. What am I doing? Because if I do the process properly, outcome will definitely follow it. For example, when we say that, wow, I am so proud of you, you did this certification. Rather than saying, say, I'm so proud of you, you decided to learn something new, you put efforts in learning something new, and now you are much better, much knowledgeable person than what you were yesterday. So, in my whole sentence, I'm talking about the process. I'm not talking about the certificate which they have received.
Certificate, yeah.
Yes.
This is
And this is
nice.
for all professional mother, parents, everybody. The more we focus on process, the outcome will automatically follow.
Right.
And
Very
this is
true.
how we can build the confidence.
Okay. By focusing on the process and not just the
Yes.
result.
Yes. Because in the process, when you failed at something, you lose the confidence. But if when you focus on the process, you are saying, okay, this plan A did not work out. So what is my plan B? I'll try that. It that did not work out. Plan C, okay, it worked. So I'll go to the next step. So you're not losing confidence because you're attaching your emotion to the outcome. You're attaching your emotion to the process. Process has to keep refining every time.
Okay, great. Now, coming to something more personal. What is the most interesting story from your experience as a life coach? Share with us
Oh,
today.
there are so many stories here. Like I coached many people like 15, 20 years back, and when they call me, suddenly I get a message from somewhere. They get the number or on LinkedIn they could get connected, and when they send the message, ki, ma'am, you have said this thing and that has changed my life, and I'm sharing it with my team, and it has benefited that team member's family that way. So I feel, oh God, there is so ripple effect which we are creating by coaching, which we don't even realize. By coaching, I'm not changing one person life, I'm changing person A life, and other 20 people, those who are connected with that, their life is getting changed. So the most emotional part is that when 5, 10, 15 years back, when I get such messages, these are really inspiring, and sometimes I need to recall really who's that person. So I need to work on my memory that time. But that's the most emotional
Nice.
part. I think you can feel that one, like because
Yeah.
we are changing not like by helping any professional. Actually, we are helping their spouse, their children. And those children will become the they'll become CEOs, the police officers, military tomorrow. So they will have that good feeling in them, the growth mindset.
Yes, very true. And we really appreciate you for this, Neetu. You have been contributing greatly in modifying behavior, in affecting people positively, and encouraging them to be better versions of themselves. My dear friends, if you have more questions from Neetu that are related to any challenges that you are facing, please feel free to ask now. We want you to be a part of this conversation and not just be passive listeners. So do drop in your questions in the comments so that she can answer them for you. You can ask about anything. Now, coming to some expectations that our audience might have, What are ways in which we can be better performance oriented people in our workplace? How can we become excellent performers?
There is beautiful phrase is there, conquer mountain one step at a time. So set a goal which really scares you, which, like, I have set a goal for 2022, which my daughter asked me, Amma, are you scared? I said, I'm terrified. I'm not scared. I know I'm going to do the big, very big thing, but I'm terrified. So she said, okay, don't do. I said, no, but I have to do it. I still have to do. So set a goal which really scares you, and then go one step at a time. Don't put all the mountain on your shoulders in one day. Every day, today, you do things little better than what you did yesterday. It could be writing an email, it could be learning a new word, it could be talking to somebody, it could be making a friend, it could be writing an article or doing anything which you did not did yesterday, which you did not do yesterday. And before you sleep, just close your eyes and think for a moment, did I do justice to the day which God has given me? If I did the justice. And how do we do justice? By creating the positive impact in society and by enhancing ourselves. Because we have to reach somewhere, and one step every day we have to take to reach there. So, and then again we have to set another goal, another goal, another goal. Life goes on like that. So this every day do little bit better than what we did yesterday. And this is how, and after 365 days or 10 years, you will surprise yourself that, my goodness, did I do all these things? Then you'll have imposter syndrome again. But every day little improvement will contribute to tremendous success in life.
Yes.
I just get this question so many times, like, how did you do this thing? How did you achieve? So yeah, this is how every day I, like, my, like, place is full of
Right.
papers. I just keep doing something every day.
Right, right. Yes, true. We have a question from one of our friends now, Nitu. Somya wants to know how to overcome the fear of facing audience.
Fear of facing audience. That's wonderful question. When you give something to somebody, you're not taking from somebody, you feel confident, right? So when you are in front of audience, when you stop taking from them in the sense, any feedback from them that moment of time, and you feel, I'm standing here, I'm using this half an hour opportunity to add value to 100 people, 200 people, or 500 people, those who are joining today. The moment you get that feeling that I'm going to give them something which is of value for them, from this diamond I'm creating some small diamonds and giving to them, then you will feel confident. Again, I take the session for the emotional intelligence and other thing, body language. So I'll say, if you're standing in front of public and if you're feeling that your confidence is going down, just put your hand like this. I don't know how you can see that one. While talking, if you put hand like this, it gives the signal to the brain that, yeah, I'm confident, I'm in control of situation. How do we feel it? Suppose, imagine there is a diamond here and I'm holding it like this. So I'm showing it through the gap of the finger, but I'm still holding it tight. So the moment we hold something like this, our brain creates the signal that, yeah, I'm confident. You would have seen many public speakers, they keep hand like this. So that's another tip for that. But whenever you talk, you feel, I'm adding value to other person. The moment you feel that, you'll feel confident.
Yes, that was a great tip. That was a very, very, very useful tip. Something I never heard from someone. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank
This is
you.
amazing. Okay, let's go back in time a little bit, and let's think about your very first public talk.
Oh, I was terrible. I
See,
was really
this is
terrible.
imposter syndrome.
No, I have done a lot of mistakes. But the best part
Yeah.
is that I come back and tell my daughter that I did this silly mistake. I'll tell you, I spoke in South Africa, and it was like I got the nominated as a top rated speaker. And then I went to Europe. So my mentor told me that Europe people are little like, they don't respond immediately. They don't ask question. They don't give happy expression during the talk. So you have to be prepared. So I went on the stage and I was so preoccupied with these thoughts that I have to make sure, I have to engage them, this, that. I forgot to introduce myself. And I was so occupied. I just started my talk and they were blank because they were confused that who is this lady who suddenly stood and spoke. And after my talk finished, everybody clapped, and like very senior people, they came and asked me that different questions. Then I realized, oh my god, I did not even introduce myself. They were asking me, okay, what's your name? I said, okay. After the talk, they're asking me. So like that, I have done so many silly things, like so
It's
many.
okay.
I
It's
can
okay.
write a book
You
on it,
know,
that how many mistakes I have done.
but that is very interesting. I remember my first talk was, it went very well. It was, of course, about building your brand, and we were six people in the room. Uh, we had a lot of people sign up for that one, but only six people turned up. So I spoke in front of six people, but I got very positive feedback from them. One thing that went wrong was that I spoke slow, but that's my nature. I speak slow. So I spoke slow, and I made a few people in the middle of it a little bit sleepy. And
Yeah, it happens. But there are strategies
yes,
to wake them up. I'll discuss some
yes,
other
there
time
are
with you.
strategies. So the moment we started comparing corporate with individual owned businesses, we had a wake up thingy. So a lot of people woke up from that. But yes, the very first talk is usually sometimes funny.
Yeah, that's right. And that's how you improve actually. If you don't do mistake, if you don't make mistake in the first talk, you can never improve.
Yes,
So that's what I was talking about.
yeah,
Small improvement every day. That
it's
adds up to
needed.
the big thing.
True. So these little mistakes are needed, and these
Yeah.
little blunders you make as a speaker are needed because they are going to help you improve the way you talk. So your
Yeah.
next one is going to be fabulous. Thank you so much, Somia, for this question. You brought us some nice moments where we could share our experiences with you.
I remember once I was like giving lecture in college. I think if my engineering students would have joined, they will know. I was on the. There used to be a big stage and lot of students sitting. I was talking something, like lot discussion was going on. Suddenly, somebody came and asked me, and I answered. After that, I was totally blank. I was holding the pen in my hand. I was blank and looking around. So students understood. She forgot what she was saying. For 5 minutes, I was just standing blank there. So, yeah, such silly moments we always remember.
Yes, and these are the amusing ones because we can always go back to those moments and smile and share with our friends sometimes, like we are doing now.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's really
Okay. Thank you
wonderful.
so much, Nitu, for today. It was a very interesting talk. You helped us understand a lot of things about us, about ourselves. Is there a special message that you want to share with the audience today?
I would like to give three diamonds to you about the life. The first is the explore. Life is to explore. Don't confine yourself to one type of work or one set of friends or one set of community or one set of locality, anything. One set of even the work also. Don't confine, just keep exploring. Life is so beautiful, it has so much to offer. The more you go out, you will realize that, my goodness, I did not realize life is like that. The other is experience it. Until you experience, you will not know. I always tell my daughter, she says, I don't like it. I said, you taste it and say it's bad. Without tasting, never say it's bad. So experience things. It may be bad, it may be good, but at least you'll have some stories to tell to your grandchildren later, that what all you did in your life. They'll be happy to listen stories. Nobody wants to listen boring stories. So you'll have something. And the third diamond is evolve. Every day you keep evolving a better person. So explore, experience, and evolve. These three things. These are the most important. This is how I love to live, and this is how I keep my values when I coach anybody.
Thank you. This is beautiful. Thank you so much for this lovely gift this morning. You made my day.
Thank you. Same here. I'm so happy to meet such wonderful people today.
Yes, sure, inshallah. Thank you so much for today, Nitu. Have a good day and very welcome to my network.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
wish you all the best for 23rd. We wish you a great event and great achievements in the future as well.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Take care. Bye for now, my friends. Take care, you too.
Bye bye. Thank you so much.